Good morning, young world. I say young world because I sound young in this world. On camera. I don't really care. I can't believe I'm awake at this hour. I feel like I'm in prison. It's time to finally wake you up to eat breakfast, nigga. I can't believe I'm awake right now. Cars speeding back and damn forth. Sound like a fucking racetrack. Or whatever. Sound like jet skis through the wind. Even when the wind is thick. We all the way in Pompano. Caliber collision over there across the street. You can see that. You know? That's my face. I don't really think doing long videos. Not too long. I'm gonna have to edit them. You know? I'm in the back of a building right now just charging my phone. Hopefully they won't get me for trespassing. I don't really care. I'm on probation anyway, so if they want to get me for trespassing, go right ahead. You ain't doing nothing but put my probation on hold for a while. That way I can go to jail for a while, eat, you know what I mean? The food ain't all that great, but it's alright, you know what I mean? Then wait to get out for another probation court date or whatever. Instead of just letting me finish my probation, you want to get me for other shit. That way, the more you get me for, the less money I earn. There's more money in your pocket, or you feel like you did something for the day. I guess people are into this state of mind of where they didn't do anything for the day. You didn't have sex, you didn't bust a nut, you know what I mean? You didn't eat, you didn't take a shit, you didn't sleep, you didn't shower, you didn't brush your teeth. Probably got halitosis to make me laugh my lungs away. You know what I mean? So I hate bad breath, but I will make fun of your ass. Because you got bad breath. There's so many topics I want to speak on. So many things. You know what I mean? Right now, this thing with cars, the sound of cars, I feel like my eyes are in my ears, and my ears are in my pelvis area or somewhere in my intestines. I don't know how that happened. That's just an expression. I don't really do stuff on camera like that. I might take a picture or two. You know what I mean? I can put this up on YouTube. Might not use social media too much. Like, social media is very limited to how long a video is. So, as far as editing a video after that I went to school for, I can figure out how to do that. You know what I mean? I'll just put this up on YouTube. I don't really care if you don't want to see the video. I really don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? If you don't want to see it, you ain't got to look at it at all. It's not something that's too explicit for children other than maybe a bit of adult language. There's not going to be any nudity. I'm not really going to show you anything naked. Not allowed to see anything naked on YouTube anyway. You know what I mean? With YouTube, it's mostly a lot of things about the world around us that we post videos on. Some of those videos are old. Some of them are new. It's like everything that was in history from a long time ago that was in a book or on a tape from a long time ago. They put everything on YouTube. You had a lot of shit that's on YouTube that was on Netflix. You know what I mean? You got a lot of a new way of making movies with YouTube. You know what I mean? If you want to do your own movie, you can do that. I know how to edit the video, make it look or sound different. You know what I mean? It's YouTube right now. You can do it with your iPhone. Even you don't really need. You wouldn't think you need a script about what you want the movie to be about or the video. I guess we could just do videos instead of really making a movie out here in this new world we live in. It's everywhere. It's all over the country. It's not just all over the country. It's all over. It's in every continent, all over the world. Everybody's on YouTube and social media. Social media I'm getting sick of. Just showing me a bunch of pornos. I can't believe it. As soon as Instagram came out, I'm the first person that said something about it, posted a picture saying that Instagram is like Facebook now. Hopefully they don't allow people to use it to promote and advertise their pornography from Playboy or download a video or make a video about pornos and tell people, hey, here's a link to my website, go look at my naked pictures and shit. It's like, I don't need to fucking see you naked unless I'm gonna have sex with you. You know what I mean? You're not trying to be my friend. You're just trying to get me to buy your pictures. It's like, no one buys pictures unless it's in a magazine. Honestly, you don't need to see my face during this video very much. I don't think you need to, but everybody else might say otherwise. You know what I mean? If that's the case, I'll do like this with the light in my face. It's the reason why I don't want to do it. Imagine the police shining a fucking light in your face all the damn time. It's the reason why I don't like doing it. And I don't really like recording myself too much. It takes too much work. I gotta hold the fucking camera up. I don't have a selfie stick, and I'm not buying one anytime soon. There's a part of me that I hear voices in my head from here. It's the only place you can hear voices in your own fucking head telling me to, in my heart as well, telling me to buy a selfie stick. And I'm not buying one since everybody else bought me one, but I guess I use my arm as a selfie stick since it looks the same on video. Oh shit. So, a while ago, a few years ago, they tried to diagnose me with schizophrenia. I don't believe I have it. Schizophrenia to me sounds like a personality disorder about how you're not really responding to the world of people individually or even as a group. It doesn't matter. You're not showing the world who they want you to be. You're showing the world who you are. I think that's the idea of what they call schizophrenia. That's a personality disorder. The world wants to see something. It's more comfortable right now for me to do this video. I just thought about it because I'm not holding a phone in my hand. I think that's the difference. But I'm talking about schizophrenia because I said I'm gonna hit a topic, any topic, through this entire fucking video. I don't give a shit. I'll separate it later by topic. But as far as schizophrenia goes, diagnosing a guy like me with schizophrenia, I guess it doesn't matter who you are. They can just diagnose you with this shit. Like I said, a picture of schizophrenia is a bunch of different faces looking at another face from any perspective. So to see yourself at different angles of other people, I don't need to look directly at this camera light right now, do I? Because my eyes like it, I think. It's in the retina. My eyes think they're getting energy looking at the sun. It's not the same thing. So they're kind of fucked up right now. Shit. I watch TV shows about, sometimes I watch a TV show. 1 minute I'm watching a TV show on God. How God exists, the character of God. That's schizophrenia, too. It is, yeah, it can be. It's not a medical disorder. No, it's not medical. It's just verbal, as far as a character trait of what a God is. When you use it in a sentence, when you use the word God in a sentence, you turn it. 1 minute you use the word like it's a person. Next minute you use the word like it's an ability. So that's a form of schizophrenia in a way. Just call it personality disorder. When you use something in different ways, they call it a split personality. You use the word God as a person, then use the word God as an ability, something that you do. So I also seen a video, watched movies about hell, not really the devil. So they say when they say when you use the word God, they say the word God as a creator. They say God as a creator, then God made hell too. And if God didn't make hell, that God has to be a God that made hell. Why? Since we say God is a creator, you telling me this creator didn't make a place called hell? But we as humans are the ones who exist about the word God. We the ones that made the word God up. It wasn't the dinosaurs from back in a time where, you know what I mean? If you see my Instagram page, I don't like talking over loud noise. When you see my Instagram page, sometimes I'm posting these pictures about this game that I'm playing called Cells, and it's about how cells develop from the solar system, from the sun, and the sun sends energy to the earth a lot. So I'm not gonna get too far into that just yet. Give me a minute. I know how to hit different topics, every single topic I can think of that's going on in this world. Because to me, I was watching this TV show about this guy named Tom Ellis. He made a movie. He made a movie or a TV show about Lucifer, the devil, or whatever, that we read about in the Bible. And to understand humanity, we're the ones who made it up. But the word, the name Lucifer came from the Greeks in Italy to say, in English, a light bearer. But it's somebody who doesn't really do, they don't do heavy duty work. They're lightweight. They make things easy for people to deal with. They make you, this guy, Lucifer, it's the type of person he influences you to go do whatever you wanted to go do in the world that you're living in. And they believe it's all about sexuality in a way. And like, if it is, it is. But he was also a bit of he was a guy of consultants. Do you seek advice from him about what you want? It's like, is it okay to have a desire that way? You have good ones and you have bad ones. What you want. You want something bad, you want something good. A desire is a desire, be it good or bad, it doesn't really matter in his mind, in the mind of thinking like Tom Ellis as the devil. But I like copying accents in a way, a bit of a mimic, because I read about being a mimic to either make somebody laugh most of the time. And I got it from I got the mimicry, the ability to be a mimic on a microphone or whatever, because my voice is more like a microphone in a way. I got the idea from reading about zodiac signs, the Sagittarius one or whatever. That's what they called it. I was like, I don't really get it that much, why the mimicry, but it's just to figure out a way to make. I'm talking about, it's like my family got me in thinking about a way to make somebody laugh. So I don't really look like I speak this type of American English. Or maybe, what would it be? 'Cause I could change my tone up. I could change my voice up a lot. The more I change my voice, the less my heart knows who I am. And that's what my heart may have a problem with. And I don't care sometimes. I just don't. My heart just doesn't really want me talking unless I'm talking to my dad. Every time I think about it, when I say my dad, I have an imagination of my mom. It's like I'm looking at my mom from my dad's point of view because I'm my dad's kid or whatever. But you know how people talk shit about your girl is you and you're your girl. Like attracts like. Men like women and women like men. Yet we also have schizophrenic personalities about women who like women and men that like men. Why? Now you split yourself apart from liking a man the way a woman does and then liking a woman the way a man does. You can't tell me none of those are schizophrenic in a way, behaviors. It's not to say you're on drugs, you have taken yourself away. Hold on a second. There's a truck going by. Tow truck. Back to what I was saying. You hear nothing but, you're gonna hear nothing but traffic in the background. That's all you see is cars and shit. Lights in my face, lights, camera, action, Mr. Cheeks. I think the reason why I call that schizophrenia, so schizophrenic, is because when you take it, when you say a personality disorder, the idea of the word disorder has something to do with you're not functioning. You don't like who you are with this person, being the fact that they're a man. Like there's something you just don't like about yourself with that person, so you set yourself apart from them. Split-minded, schizophrenia. You're supposed to get schizo. If you don't like yourself with somebody, go schizo. It's plain and simple. But when you're just a cell made up of two blood cells, two different people, it's like what about you after your mom and dad gave birth to you don't you like about yourself? And growing up into basically somewhere near a teenager, I guess there's something about me. It's like I like myself with one person. with certain people. It's just one person. And it's this one person that reminds me of my dad. So I like myself when I'm around my dad. But do I like myself? Do I like myself around people like my mom? No. I like myself around people like my dad. That's just who I am. And to say that I'm ashamed of myself around my mom is because they're too busy trying to get me to understand their concept of thinking about how people see me from their perspective of being a sexual being of nature. It's like, you're a boy surrounded by all these girls and you are not making them laugh. You're not entertaining them. You're not making them feel comfortable about you being around them because they're having girl talk. And you're not supposed to be around with, they wanted me to hang around other guys more as a young teenager, hang around more guys than I hang around girls. So that's what school was for. But when you're in school, guys want to hang with girls too. So it's like, it's not about hanging out. It's just about having a conversation. It's like women are talking about how they feel about sex. Basically, it's like it's talking about sex. It's like to treat a young teenager who is going through puberty and to ask him, do you know anything about emotions? And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like, they must be talking about sex. In my head, it's like, it has something to do with hormones. When you say emotions to me now, it's like, when you're talking to me about emotions, you're talking about hormones. Period. I don't give a fuck. It's like, you want me to go out there and have fun with other men like myself. It's like, the fact that you're a man, you need to go hang out with other men. It's like, I did it, and these other men were in the same school as me, the same grade as me, same class as me. I ended up getting hooked up with the cutest girl on the block. And did they hook me up with her? No, I did it myself. I mean, I'm around my friends doing it. I'm around other boys doing it, but I still did it myself. I don't really need help. But now that I got older, I'm sensing a pain from my blood, a pain in my body from the blood making mucus, which is another word for snot. Because sometimes when I'm having a conversation with somebody, I can cough up mucus. And I guess it's funny to my heart, like a funny bone, that it interrupts a conversation, like I'm on the phone. And the idea of being on a phone is a Greek version of the word voice, or sound, matter of fact. Not really just, a voice is a sound, not a sound, but it's a sound. And it's like talking about having a conversation with a girl. It's like my blood is trying to create mucus. That way I can cough up some snot and spit it out of my mouth and in her face, in a way, or something like that. Why? Because something about the sound of my voice talking to another girl is like the blood of my mother getting mad when my dad had other women around him, which is what makes me a boy. It really does. And if you don't believe me, there's this app on the phone, on your iPhone or Android, called 9 Months. And it says, doctors say that when a woman surrounds herself around a lot of women while she's still pregnant, or the baby's in her, the baby's pregnant with the mom, however the fuck you want to look at, think about that stupid shit, because that's a schizophrenic personality. Wanted to think that you're pregnant with your mom, she's not pregnant with you. I don't know where people are getting that shit from. I'll look it up. If there's information on it somewhere, I'll definitely look it up. But the sound of me talking to another woman that's not my mom is like my mother's DNA inside of me telling me oh, your father cheating on me with a bunch of different women just because he had a lot of women around him, but that's what made me a boy. And she's stupid enough to not fucking realize that shit. When a woman is pregnant with a child, be it in the beginning or all the way to the end, when you surround yourself with a lot of girls and you got girlfriends and you're a woman, it's nothing to say sexual. You're not having sex, but you're just around other women. Like, you have your female friends, but you don't want your man around other girls. It's like you're stupid, because that's what makes that's what turns the baby into a boy. And if you surround yourself with a lot of men, that's what turns the baby into a girl. So I guess growing up, my mom would have rather not have another baby, me. She already had a girl. She surrounded herself with a bunch of guys. That's when she was seeing other men, even though she was dating my dad. She just doesn't like. She even admitted it. But a girl's around a bunch of guys, it makes a girl look like a hoe or whatever. And one guy around a bunch of girls makes the guy look like he's a player, he's a pimp. So the world categorizes you now. You know what I mean? If you're a man surrounded by a bunch of girls, you a ladies' man. You this, you that. You a pimp. You papi chulo. You this, you that. You know what I mean? You a player, you a pimp. Because you're around a bunch of girls. You know what I mean? There's a part of me, sometimes, there was a part of me 10 years ago that made me feel like I wish I was a girl. Sometimes, being surrounded by girls or listening to girls talk to me, or my sisters, basically, because I got a lot of sisters, which would makes me a boy 9 times out of 10, because most guys would rather you around a bunch of guys, which supposedly kind of still makes you a girl, which is why I don't like being around a lot of men. Why? Because they're going to make me feel like I'm a girl, not a man. It's like I feel like a girl. Because DNA science says, their survey says that when you surround a child when you're surrounded by a bunch of men, that baby turns into a girl. That's like my mother should have been around a lot of men if she didn't like my dad around a lot of women to make me a girl. It's like I wasn't my sister. My mother already had 2 girls, this is another form of what I call schizophrenia, because you're not trying to separate me that much from the environment that you had when you was with my sister. You trying to create this similar environment, because I have more siblings. I think my eye likes the light right now. I'm getting tired of it shining in my face like it's looking at the police. And it's really my phone. It's not a flashlight. But since, phones have flashlights now, you know what I mean? As bright as a goddamn police officer light, it's like, I'm getting sick of that shit. Get this shit out of my fucking face. According to what my heart says, pumping blood through the veins in my eye. That wasn't supposed to be an expression, pumping blood through the veins in my eye. But it is. To go like this, and you can still hear me, you don't need to see my face. I'm thinking trying to take a mugshot. I'm thinking the camera phone is about police talk. I think I'm being stopped by the police. I think I'm staring at the sun, and I'm not. There's certain things, damn. This is what they call hallucination. Wow. It's a cell. It's a cell. Damn, it's a cell? It's a cell member. Gang? I think that's what the fuck I'm about. The fuck I'm saying. If you want to know what I just did, sometimes when I stare at light, I can see something in my eye. It looks like cell membranes, like what you see underwater developing. That's what's in the DNA in your blood. If you don't believe me, I can see it in a game called the application called cells on my phone, how cells develop. I said the whole world underwater is full of cells everywhere. Everything has cells to it. So it's called the DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. I'm not a scientist. I just think about scientific shit. I don't get paid to do it. So whatever. If you don't get paid to do anything in the world we living in, you're not that. That's not what you are. you are whatever you get paid to do. A lot of people want to get paid to have sex. They want to be in the sex industry, but they won't sell their video to the sex industry. They say, no, that's not, like, that's why they have social media. No. Social media is not the sex industry entirely. But if you're making it, if they're going to make a website called Fuckbook out of Facebook, it is. If you make a website called Snapfuck out of Snapchat, it is. That's now, social media is now the sex industry. If you're going to use Instagram to promote the fact that you're posting yourself as a porn star on social media, and you don't want to sign any papers about getting paid to be a porn star, you're not a porn star to me. So if I had sex with any of these girls and posted it on social media, I record it and make a video, and I'm not going to sell it to the sex industry, I am not a porn star. There's no point in me even doing it if I'm not going to be a porn star. Nobody wants to know who the fuck you are. And I'll tell anybody that shit. I'm going to put this shit on YouTube. I'll tell all y'all that shit. I'll say it in your face. I'll say it on social media. I do not care. If you're not going to sell your videos to the sex industry, to the porn industry, to the porn, and it's nothing but pornos that you're making porno videos, sex videos. If you're not going to sell it to the industry, you are never going to be a porn star. Y'all need to stop trying to pretend you're porn stars for now, just to see what it feels like, and get paid to do it. Make niggas pay y'all to have sex. This is not about in that state of mind. You're not trying to be a porn star, but it looks like you really are. It looks like you are. You do want to be in the porn industry. You want to be a star, and you think you are one on social media. I'm like, no, you're not yet. You're not a star yet. You're not. There's no website about you. I don't give a fuck what website they may have. Your name doesn't matter. You're just giving yourself a name. It's like a lot of y'all. I said, to be honest, if you really want to find a bunch of girls that's acting like porn stars, I swear to God, you can go on Snapchat or Facebook or even Instagram, and you'll find, you don't even have to go to Playboy. You're going to find just hashtag strip club lifestyle or whatever. Strip club lifestyle. Just hashtag that shit on Snapchat, and you'll find a bunch of different girls. A bunch of them. A whole lot of them. They're advertising the shit out of themselves. Am I mad that I'm not getting any activity out of them? No. I don't have to be mad about that. Even if I wanted to be mad about that. I know I can get activity out of them because I got the money to pay for that activity. You know what I mean? If I ain't got the money to pay for it, I ain't got it. But they say, if you ain't got any money, don't be talking to them. It's like, shut the fuck up. Don't tell me not to talk to you because I don't have any money to pay for what you're doing. It's like, yo, deadass, if I was the same way, don't talk to me unless you're going to give me money. It's like, you think you're selling something no more than, I mean, you are selling videos and pictures and nudes, but now people are saying, oh, sex chat, Snapchat. Not making sense. Men aren't allowed to do this. We're not. But to say we are, no, we're not. Trust me, it's not going to work. Like, you want to do it, men, we want to try it. We want to know why we ain't been doing it. How come we ain't charging bitches to talk to us? Because they can just hit us up anytime for free. The fact that you can hit a nigga up anytime for free is like, oh, it's time to make some money right now. And when you're doing that, it's like a big back and forth thing. It's like borrowing money from people. And I believe that's what was really going on inside their mind. They're really just trying to borrow money. Because a lot of these girls, a lot of them, I don't feel like holding the light in my face. I'm about to shut the light off in a minute. It's pissing me off. Hold on a second. Oh, can't shut the light off. Don't worry about where I am. I'm outside. Can't shut the light off. What's up?